Is this defense better without Richard Sherman? I know it's a crazy question, but he's a little limited schematically. When he's on the field, you kind of pretty much got to play zone because he can't cover man-to-man like he used to. Now, he's freaking great in zone. He's the best. He's still the best. And he was a Pro Bowler last year. But he kind of limits what you can do with the rest of your defense. That's the context. Is he overrated, or is that just a stupid question? Are they better without him, or is that a stupid question? Yeah, go ahead, Nick.
I think it's as is. Like, there's not a substantial swing either way with or without Richard Sherman, which is going to lead me to my next point, that I feel like he's not a priority to bring back next season. He's in a contract year right now. He's an unrestricted free agent. He's still probably going to want top 10 corner money. So that's going to be double-digit millions right there. So the pass rush is what completely changed the dynamic of this team going from 2018 to 2019, where I truly feel like if you have a strong pass rush, you can trot out guys like Jason Verrett and Dante Johnson and still get away with it. You know, of course, that's like the bottom of the bottom tier guys. Ideally, you want guys like Mosley and maybe an opposite corner. I want the 49ers to invest in a corner in the offseason. Grant, I think you're on board with that they finally need to draft a corner within the first 2 rounds. But
maybe we'll put out a petition.
It's like, just look what happened against the Chiefs. I believe Sherman was targeted 6 times, gave up 6 receptions, or maybe it was 7 times. He gave up 6 receptions, whatever it was. He's past his prime. He's playing more just going out there and playing football out of familiarity with playing it and his experience more so than his actual skill set. So of course he's better. The team is better with him on the field than Dante Johnson, but what I'm trying to get at is that you don't need to have elite tier cornerbacks to be successful with the 49ers defense when you have the pass rush that they have, especially with Nick Bosa.
Okay, Maverick.
I think for this season, Sherman does make the secondary better just because, like Nick was saying, it's not necessarily the talent on the DBs, but just the leadership in the cornerback room. You need Richard Sherman on the field. He was on the field for the DeAndre Hopkins miscommunication, but I think having him out there rather than Dante Johnson or Akella Witherspoon does make the defense better to a degree. I think he still has a lot of talent. Talking about the Super Bowl, I think Patrick Mahomes can cook any cornerback he wants. And so I don't know if that's necessarily the best or the fairest way to judge Sherman, but if he plays like he did before the Chiefs game and just keeps everyone in front of him, I think he's still worthy of this season starting. Next year, that's a whole different question. Depends on if they do ever draft a cornerback, but I think for this season, Sherman will definitely play the top 2 most snaps of the outside corners for the rest of the year when he is healthy.
Yeah, I mean, he's the top 2 corner on the team. Is he the clear-cut number 1 right now with Mosley? But he's definitely still a starting caliber cornerback in comparison to the others.
Verrett looked good run defense too last week. So, I mean, as long as he's healthy, Verrett has a chance to really compete as that second cornerback.
Well, I'm glad you guys agree, because I'm going to disagree with both of you. I think the Niners defense is better without Richard Sherman and Richard Sherman, and I'll explain why. As I said, he's a hell of a zone corner. But I really believe Robert Saleh feels uncomfortable calling man coverages with Sherman on the field in any situation, because I think he feels that the offense can put Sherman in a bind, making him cover a deep over route, and he just can't run with that route anymore. So I think he feels like out of courtesy to Sherman and the whole defense, he needs to call zones. And what happened, you look at week 1 against Arizona, the Niners had no business losing that game. I mean, their defense looked worse than it should have looked against a team with one great player, 2 great players on offense, a quarterback and a wide receiver. And it was crazy how they lost to the Cardinals, because you'd think, well, you just play man. Like, you don't have to worry about Kirk, Fitzgerald, anyone. Play man-to-man coverage. You're not going to get burned, and just double Hopkins and you win. And they didn't do that. They played mostly zone coverage most of the game. And to me, it's because of Sherman. That's how Saleh has been. And then you see Sherman's been out the last 2 weeks, and they have called so much man-to-man freaking coverage. It's unreal. It's so out of their personality. And it's like, well, what's changed? Oh, Sherman's gone. And his replacement, Jason Verrett, actually has the versatility to play both. So you see what Saleh can do when he can actually mix up coverages, disguise coverages, and he is disguising coverages. He's much more effective. So while it suits Sherman, and Sherman can excel and produce and pick balls off and all that kind of stuff, I think the Niners defense actually is tougher to face and more unpredictable when Jason Verrett's in there. So it'll be interesting to see when Sherman comes back what they do, because a tandem of Verrett and Mosley is pretty good. So I don't know. We'll see.